Yo, what's up, guys? It's me, Tough London Man here, back again with another video that we're gonna be doing. So, you might have noticed that we're switching to a new style of video. I'm doing commentary videos now. I finally got a video editor that will work for me without having a stupid watermark, and I also want to just switch the style of content because me making gaming videos isn't really gonna allow me to hold such a substantial audience and get good views on everything I do. Because I learned that from my Persona 5 Strikers videos. So, anyways, we're going to be talking about the recent Twitter trend of Disney World. If you didn't know, yesterday on Twitter, Disney World started trending because the Orlando Sentinel tweeted out a news story by a guy claiming, "I love Disney World, but wokeness is ruining the experience." So now, if you know what wokeness is, it's basically a term used by people, especially on Twitter, for like those idiots who like go around and like act like they're all inclusive, but they're really just going in, just saying stupid stuff. Ignore the dog bark in the background, some neighbor dog. But yeah, you get the point. Well, wokeness is pretty ridiculous. I don't really buy into it. I mean, the cause is for the people who are doing good, but I do hate that like companies try to pander to woke people more. Like, for Star Wars and within Disney, that's really a big problem. But either way, I'm not really here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about this idiot. So let's get into the article. Uh, so the article starts out like this: My family and I have been loyal Disney customers for decades. We vacation at Disney World every year. We take a Disney cruise every year or two. Consequently, we spend way too much money in Orlando. Unfortunately, I'm strongly rethinking our commitment to Disney and thus Orlando. The more Disney moves away from the values of Walt Disney, the less Disney World means to me. Disney is forgetting the guest immersion at its core and its business model. When I stand at Galaxy's Edge or Fantasyland, I know I'm in a theme park. But through the immersion and my willingness to set aside the real world, something magical happens. My bad. The spell is broken when the immersive experience is shattered by the real world, and boy has Disney been breaking the immersion. Recently, Disney announced that cast members are now permitted to display tattoos, wear inclusive uniforms, and display inclusive haircuts. Disney did all of this in the name of allowing cast members to express themselves. Now, for this guy's point, he's basically just, for the first two paragraphs, he's just ranting about how much he spends at Disney, and now he's just like, oh my god, it's so unimmersive because employees are allowed to have tattoos. Like, I didn't really know that employees weren't allowed to have tattoos or inclusive haircuts. I guess for like the outfits, that's actually pretty cool, letting your employees express themselves more. Especially if they want to like dress a certain way but they're forced to dress a certain way depending on like how their gender is or something. If they want to cross dress in a woman's uniform, that's perfectly fine. And it's great that Disney's allowing their employees to do that, but the fact that this guy is just so pissed off that he has to write an article about how immersion breaking it is just kind of pathetic, to be honest. Especially for like little stuff like tattoos and haircuts. Like, first of all, why are you even looking at cast members? Like, the only ones you really even look at are like the mascots, and they're in full body suits, so you won't even notice any of their stuff. Like, I don't get why he's so mad that it breaks your immersion to see like, oh, a cross-dressed uniform, haircuts. Oh my god, it's a tattoo. It's so scary. Now we're not in Galaxy's Edge. Alright, anyways, this guy continues on saying, the problem is not traveling across the country and paying thousands of dollars to watch someone I do not know express themselves. I'm there for the immersion and the fantasy, not the reality of not the reality of a stranger's self-expression. But I do not begrudge these people or their individuality, and I wish them all well in their personal lives. But I don't express my individuality in my place of business. Now, clearly he doesn't really respect their individuality, because, I mean, he wrote this entire article about how terrible it is and immersion breaking it is, but now he goes to claim that he's not allowed to do it in his place of business. Now, obviously, not all jobs are going to allow you to do that. Like, my dad works in the news company, so obviously he's not just going to, go in there wearing, like, ripped jeans and a tank top and stuff. He has to wear a suit. He has to look formal. And, obviously, that's just how jobs work. So, you can't just complain that, oh, why can't I show my tattoos or wear a cool haircut or cross-dress? Now, I'm not going to really talk about cross-dressing in the at work. Hopefully, most work should allow that, because that's just, that's unfair for people who want to do that. But, point is, don't complain about not being able to do certain stuff in your place of work, because you can always get a different job instead of writing an article bitching about this, because no one wants to hear your stupid problems. Alright, next he states, what's next? Disney is going to end the rule of barring on staging. What's next? Disney is going to end the rule of barring on-stage cell phones used by cast members as an infringement on their self-expression. More broadly, like many companies, Disney has been politicizing its business. Full disclosure, I'm a Christian and a conservative Republican, so the people who run Disney and I do not see eye to eye. Now, there's the kicker right there. He tries to make this political. Now, personally, I don't really like companies getting political either. I just want my entertainment without all the virtue signaling and the messages being so freaking broad, like Captain Marvel or something. But at the same part, it's fine for companies to put a statement out and do something if they actually give a crap. Most of these companies don't, but the Christian conservative Republican view, I always hate hearing that, because it's like, oh, I'm very Christian, I'm a conservative Republican, and yet these guys go out and vote for Trump, even though he's a racist, possibly a rapist, and he's also a criminal. So it's just really stupid. I just wanted to point out that dumb fucking statement. Of course there'd be some fucking Republican. And not all Republicans are bad, but a lot of them are fucking idiots. So anyways, regardless, corporations have always made politically motivated decisions. Usually it's due to the desire to make profit, but sometimes it's due to the values of their people. In the corporation, Walt Disney uses his corporation to express his patriotism during World War II and his pro-capitalism beliefs afterward. The difference is that today people who run Disney use social media to scream to the world that their decision has been made for political reasons. Disney is in the process of taking the whole scalpel to the Jungle Cruise. Trader Sam is out because he might offend certain people. Every grown-up in the room realizes that Sam is not a representation of reality and is meant as a funny, silly caricature. It's no more based in racism than any other Disney character and an out-of-touch white American dad. Now, for the Jungle Cruise, I don't really know why he's getting pissed off anyways. If he was really mad for them removing something from the Jungle Cruise, he'd have to be writing an article every few years, because they change that ride constantly. And for them removing Trader Sam, I don't even remember the guy, because last time I went to Disney World was 2019, and I barely remember the Jungle Cruise. It was the last thing we went on. So, I don't remember Trader Sam specifically. If I had to assume, he's probably one of the native people around the Jungle Cruise, and it's fine for Disney to remove them, because it is a bit, offensive as a caricature. And while it is, I will respect this point there, saying, it is just a caricature. It still can offend people, and they don't really want that to happen. And also, he kind of just removed his entire point by mentioning that they do this for profit, because, you're complaining and you're saying, why do they do this? It's so terrible. It breaks the immersion. But then you're also like, they do this crap for profit. And, well, yes, corporations do stuff for profit. All the stuff that he's brought up isn't even that bad. It's not on the end of that they're doing with Star Wars right now. They're doing crazy stuff, burning people for political opinions, just the whole shebang. It's crazy. But this isn't even that bad. Alright, the next time I ride Jungle Cruise, I will not be thinking about gloriously entertaining puns of skippers. I will be thinking about Disney's political agenda. If you're such a fucking idiot that you have to constantly be complaining about, stuff being political, and you just can't enjoy a theme park, then it's not for you. So you can just go home and do your thing, but don't write a freaking article on the Orlando Sentinel about this, because no one wants to hear your trashy opinion. Okay, you just sound like an idiot, and you're gonna probably lose all your friends and stuff. Alright, so where was I left? Past that. Right. Disney proclaims that Splash Mountain must be changed because of its association with Song of the South. Disney owns Splash Mountain, so it can do what it wants. But if Disney screams at the top of its corporate voice, which is pretty loud, that it can change its appease to a certain political view, and every time I look at the ride, I'll be thinking about politics. Now, I haven't seen Song of the South, because that movie's nowhere. It's completely blacklisted. you know, and DVDs are rare as heck, so I haven't seen it, but I have heard it's pretty racist, and it's pretty stereotypical, so, you know, it's pretty decent for, well, it's a good move for Disney to actually remove relations from Splash Mountain, because I know that movie is related to Splash Mountain, the ride, but, you know, if you just said Disney can do what you want with, they can do what they want with it, so why complain? Like, the fact that like, it's not even that this guy's just having stupid points, even though it is, but it's also that he's just, like, going that, oh, but Disney can do whatever they want, but, you know, I don't want them to do that. Like, he's just constantly complaining about that. It's like his one point, and it's just really stupid. I don't like it. But I digress. Let's move on. The same with Pirates of the Caribbean. Disney has made more significant changes to Pirates of the Caribbean over the years. Whether Disney caved to politically pressure or really thought the alterations were necessary is irrelevant. Pirates used to be one of my favorite attractions. My family would always ride it first on our day in the Magic Kingdom. Now we don't even ride it on every trip. When my family rides Pirates, now each of us change scenes takes us out of the illusion because they remind us of the reality of the politics force behind the changes. Disney World is going to lose us as customers if we continue down this path. I do not want to have Disney World taken away from us. Disney cares more about politics and happy guests. This should matter to the people of Orlando because if Disney drives away customers like me, Orlando loses money. If I can take my tourist dollars elsewhere if you'd rather keep spending them in Orlando. People feel like more excluded by Disney's decisions. The parks are less fun because immersion and thus the joy is breaking back to the seats of politics. Disney, please return to the values of Walt Disney. The customer experience should be the core of your business model. Immersion should not be sacrificed for the altar of political correctness to appease the Twitter mod. Okay, so, the ending of the article, I'm going to quickly cover the last few points he made. So, Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't really know how he's claiming that it's political, how they changed it. I believe they mainly changed the ride just to have synergy with the movies, because, you know, it's an easy way to get a cash grab. And they did change a few scenes that were, like, you know, kind of messed up. There was, like, an auction of one guy, like, selling women, I'm pretty sure. Which, you know, that's a big no-no, first of all. Second of all, it's a kids' park, so they're not going to have that. And, you know, the changes aren't even that bad. You still get the original story. It's a bit weird with Jack Sparrow popping up a bit, but, you know, you can ignore it. It's not even that bad, so. That's really the only changes for Pirates of the Caribbean, so I don't know why he's acting like it's all political or something. You know, it's actually the least political of any of the changes, to be honest. And, anyways, he mentions that, Orlando's gonna lose money because people like him are leaving. Now, if people like you are a bunch of idiots, then they'll lose a little bit of money, but, you know, Orlando's one of the biggest tourist states in the country. They're not gonna lose a lot of money because you and your family aren't gonna go to Disney World that often. Now, his last point is that basically that they shouldn't be about the customer model, and you know, immersion shouldn't be sacrificed for political correctness. Now, all he's brought up is just like non-politically correct stuff. Well, kinda, but like, it's not extreme political correctness to where it would bother a normal person. You know, them like removing Trader Sam or removing some graphic scenes from the Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever the heck he mentioned earlier. It's not really that bad. Like, it's not them completely, like, you know, it's not like those Dr. Aphra Star Wars books where they're, like, you know, propping up Princess Leia and then they just completely crap on Han and Luke. But, like, it's just changing small stuff that really doesn't fit with Disney anymore. The only really big politically correct thing they're doing is Splash Mountain. And even that is pretty different from, what the film is anyways. And they're just really removing the rest of the association, so it's not even that bad. Though, I can agree one thing, that they shouldn't really sacrifice all this stuff just to appease the Twitter mob. Because, trust me, as an avid user of Twitter, I know how toxic and stupid the Twitter mob is at this point. And, you know, I don't think these companies should really just appease to them, because they always try to drive up their old fan bases for, like, this mythical Twitter mob fan base. But, yeah. That's really my take on this subject. I hope you guys enjoyed. I just wanted to make a new commentary video and talk about this complete idiot. If you guys like these videos, make sure to subscribe and follow my Twitter. It would really help me out. And obviously on Twitter you can get my videos normally. Well, not get my videos normally, but get my videos faster, because obviously you'll be able to see them without YouTube screwing up my notifications, because obviously I'm going to get screwed over because I'm making commentary videos now. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.